Okay, we're back. Finished the divertissement. Maybe I'm guessing that's a French word. And we're back now. Oh, look at that! Now we're on the roof of the school. Back in our uniforms and everything. Really pleased with how well that boss fight at the end of the crossbow section went.
Sorry about that, Valimar. Can't imagine it was a very pleasant trip for you, all bound up like that.
It did not present a problem. I will now enter an inactive state and allow the mechanics to perform maintenance.
Thanks.
Doom, 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 doom.
Well then, I'll leave him with you.
Sure thing. We'll take good care of him.
By the way, it's a real honor to be entrusted with the famous Ashen Knight.
Welcome back, Rean. You must be exhausted.
Not really. I barely did anything. Everything went off without a hitch, mostly thanks to Valimar's power. Not to mention the planning of your people.
You're annoyed, I take it, by the way we do things.
Not really.
Kitty time. Coming up. Come on.
Regardless of the means, the war coming to a swift end was a good thing for everyone. As for what happened to Crossbell, I'm not in any position to talk. No, those aren't what bother me. I can buy that you had no idea Rufus was an Ironblood. But did you really not know about my real father?
I didn't have any hard evidence,
You need to sit.
but I did suspect
Can't
that
sit
might be
there
the
now.
case. You just seemed somehow similar. The air about you, your facial features. I was always puzzled by how fascinated he was by your class as well.
I see. Excuse me then.
Right. That wasn't the only reason I worried about you, you know. Not that I could possibly tell him that.
The harem grows.
I'm behaving like such a child. It's hard to believe it's been a whole month since I was here last. Guess it didn't snow after all. It's not like the excitement of that day has faded away or anything. So why? Why do I feel so cold? Huh? Oh, Lino flowers.
Welcome back, Reen.
Really, bookending this here.
Welcome back.
Reen coming out of the station and noticing the Lena flower, just also how Cold
What are you
Steel
doing
1
standing
started.
there?
2,000
It's not
years
like you
ago.
to wallow in nostalgia. Did the flowers get to you?
You all came to see me.
They started budding just yesterday.
Should be in full bloom in about a week. Guess some of them couldn't wait.
I guess not. It's good to be back, you guys.
Agreed. We're all so happy to see you again.
You must be wiped out after all you did, though.
I'm fine, actually. It really wasn't that tough. Still, did all of you really come out here just to welcome me back?
Why wouldn't we?
It's not like we second years have any lessons to worry about this time of year.
Besides, I already had to come out here because of Valimar, so I figured I might as well say hi to you too.
Technically, the first years are supposed to be in class right now, but I turned it into a self-study period instead. And that was only possible because everyone's favorite captain told us exactly when you'd be arriving.
Really now? It's nice to see you here too, Celine.
Well, don't think I went out of my way to be here or anything. But given the way that you were acting when you left, I was a little worried about you. I mean, I wasn't. Not at all.
Still, thanks everyone.
So what now? Going back to your dorm for some well-earned rest?
We can carry your stuff for you if you want.
No, I'm fine. You said that class is in session right now, right? I'm a student, so I might as well attend. I mean, I have been absent for a month now.
You're getting very behind. You have a lot of work
Wow,
to do.
you're no fun at all. I was hoping we could skip the whole class thing and get to the welcome back party.
Did you forget who you were talking to?
I like that idea. Come on, it's party time!
Am I the only one who cares about studying at this school?
Well, maybe we can hold the party tonight instead.
In that case, we should probably head back to the academy.
Oh, by the way, Reen,
Something extra with Emma.
it's nice to have you back.
Thanks. It's good to be back.
Oh, that was it? Alright. Epilogue time. Because this game never ends.
I'll never forget those days. The final weeks we spent together as a class are like dazzling jewels forever etched into my memories. I cherished every last moment. I never wanted it to come to an end. But time stops for no one. The minutes and hours kept passing, and our days together were slowly coming to a close. After what happened, Valflame Palace soon returned to its original form. It was almost as if everything that took place there was some sort of dream. People's memories of that day started becoming vague. Many were convinced it was some kind of collective hallucination. That may have been in part a result of the chaotic days that followed, brought about by the Chancellor and Rufus. After the war, the entire country feared that Calvard would invade Crossbell and try to take it for its own. Using that to his advantage, Rufus quickly convinced the nobility to support him, pledged to cooperate with the Chancellor, and in January 1205, the combined forces of both Imperial and Provincial armies invaded Crossbell. Crossbell no longer possessed the weapon of mass destruction that had annihilated Corellia Fortress. Thanks to that, the city was occupied in a mere day, with no blood shed. Calvert was quick to react, sending countless airships to try and drive the Imperial forces out. However, between Rufus's leadership and the combined might of the tanks and soldats under his command, they were quickly repelled. As for me, Chancellor Osborne's words became the reality. Valimar and I were heralded as those responsible for Heimdall's liberation. And as the purported hero to the nation, I'd received and accepted a request in February to back up our forces in Crossbell. It was there that I found myself suddenly leading numerous soldats and fighting off the Republican army. Before I knew it, everyone around me was referring to me as the Ashen Chevalier. Time kept flowing, and mid-March came. The month in which Class 7 would finally say their goodbyes.
And that brings our history review right up to the dawn of the modern era. Next week, we'll be covering the 50-year period from the Orbital Revolution up to the present day. We're blowing through this material a lot more quickly than I would otherwise, so try to keep up with your reading. Oh, and Emma and Machias, if you see anyone struggling, try to help them out, okay?
I fully intend to.
Leave it to us. I've got plenty of good reference books on the subject.
That would be very helpful, actually.
Sounds like a pain. Oh well.
I do happen to have a few gaps in my knowledge of the Revolution.
I should be able to help out with the technological side of things if you guys need it. I'm guessing we're gonna run into that Schmidt guy's name a lot, too.
Well, he was one of the 3 leading disciples of Professor Epstein, so yeah.
It'll feel strange seeing his name in textbooks, knowing how he is in real life.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing to think we were able to meet him, though.
All right, like I said, I'll be giving a quiz next week on everything we've covered up to now, which means it'll cover quadratic functions, factorizations, sets, logic, and probability.
Sounds more like a test than a quiz.
Oh, and if I'm feeling really mean, there might be a little calculus in there. So, study for this one.
That's a lot. I'm getting depressed just thinking about it.
Sounds more like he's reciting some kind of curse.
It is all material we've covered in class before, you know.
It'll be worth going over the most basic formulas at the very least.
That sums up this lecture on the structure of the stock market in Erebonia. Next week,
that sounds like
we
the
will
most
hurry on
boring
and study
thing imaginable.
unemployment and inflation problems. You're also going to be taking part in a debate on those issues. So make sure each of you are well prepared.
What kind of debate? A debate. It's when people are divided into groups for and against something, then they argue their viewpoints.
After much consideration, I've decided we will use our remaining time to listen to and enjoy music from all manner of genres. From famous classics to popular modern music, I've gathered records of all kinds for you to enjoy. I even managed to borrow music from a hot new genre like heaving metal, I believe it's called. Oh, I wonder what that sounds like.
Nice work, guys. You poor kids must be exhausted. Feels like all your other instructors are dead set on cramming your brains with as much material as humanly possible.
Me, I don't plan to teach you a thing.
I want to crawl into a hole and die.
You said it.
Still, this is exactly how we wanted it.
Right. They're doing it for our sake, so I don't mind it so much.
There's no way we could cover everything in class, so it's sweet of them to give us the bullet points while they still can.
It's paying off for us in the long run, yeah, so we owe them a lot.
Forcing you to try and keep up with us is a little unfair of us, though.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do all of this again next year.
Are you sure you're fine with this arrangement?
Of course. This is to my benefit, too. If I get all of this crammed into my head now, maybe I can even come out on top on next year's midterms.
Well, that's some confidence. I wouldn't be surprised if you actually did it, though.
He did come in 7th in the midterms this year, remember?
Oh wow, it remembers that.
I'm probably just being too optimistic.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. Guess we'll know for sure next year.
Anyway, tomorrow's the day you've all been waiting for. Your next free day. I know you've got enough schoolwork to choke a horse, but try to carve out a little time for your clubs and all that youthful jazz. The forecast for tomorrow is clear blue
turn of
skies.
phrase.
Might be the perfect chance to sneak off and get into some ooh la la with that special someone.
What the fuck, Sarah?
And truly, you teach us all by living your life as a shining counterexample.
Spoken like a true lifetime member of the Lonely Hearts Club, instructor.
Hey! I'll have you know that there are plenty of guys who would do anything for a private lesson with yours truly.
But if that many men are interested in you, how come you spend so much time drinking alone in your room?
I think the polite thing to do here is just smile and nod.
If you keep setting your sights on guys like Laura's dad, you might as well just buy a couple cats and get it over with.
It does seem like she's fighting an uphill battle to find a good match.
No mercy.
Ah, just you wait, guys. In 2 weeks, when you see the hordes of chiseled, elegant gents draped over me, we'll see who has the last laugh.
Time really does fly. It's hard to believe our last free day is tomorrow.
Yeah, it felt like we still had more time.
For me, it feels like it's been ages since I last had one.
I suppose it would.
Were you able to rest up at all while you were away?
Not really. It was basically work, work, work the whole time. I did get taken into Crossbell City during what time off I did have, but I can't say I felt very comfortable there.
I'm sure.
Indeed. That must have been more painful than anything.
To the people of Crossbell, we Erebonians are aggressors. I can hardly imagine they would welcome us with open arms.
That doesn't sound like it'd stop Lecter from living it up over there, though.
Absolutely not.
He did take me to a casino once, actually. He won so
Unsurprising.
much, he might as well have been cheating.
Shocking.
It always feels like people who like gambling really like it, huh?
Everyone thinks about Crow.
So, does anyone have anything planned for our free day?
Not gonna touch that one.
Remember, it's the very last one, so make it count. We wouldn't want to end the day with any regrets.
True enough. Although, I wonder if I'd end the day regretting that it has to end in the first place if we made it too much fun.
I've got so much that I want to do, I'm not sure where to start. I know I want to attend practice, at least.
Oh, same. I've got to go taste test some new dishes for the cooking club, plus Kershus has a new menu up, and...
How many stomachs do you have?
Will you be helping the student council tomorrow, Reen?
That's the plan. It sounds like Toa will finish handing all her work over to the others today, but they're bound to be busy. So I thought it'd be nice to take some of it off their hands, whether they like it or not.
Ah, Reen, ever the reliable gopher.
That's a very you response.
If there's anything we can help with, let us know, okay?
Well, I guess I'd better get going. I could go straight to the student council room, but it's my first time back in over a month, so it would be nice to take a walk. Maybe I should go and see how Valamar's doing too.
Rean!
Huh? Emma? I thought you'd gone off to your club room with Celine. Did you forget something?
No, it's not that. I just wanted to spend a bit more time talking to you. You were away for so long, and I still have so many things I want to talk about with you.
Oh, right. That's fine by me, though. I've still got loads of stuff I want to talk about with you, too.
That being said, it wasn't only talking to you that I missed while you were away. There was, something else.
I think I might know. So, what do you want to talk about?
Anything is fine with me, as long as I'm with you.
Colette. Rosine. The other side? No. Omit. Colette. Man, she makes pretty long rounds, huh? Around the entire second floor? Nope, I'm trying to... Alright, let's go to the other side. There we go. Yeah, wonder if he knew that Osborn had a kid at the very least. Okay, best read during the evening. Fine. I want to read it now. Rumors? Is Ilya's injury not public information? She had a chandelier dropped on her. I can't believe she's alive, honestly. I thought she was super dead. Like, that fucking chandelier landed on her, and there was like a pool of blood underneath her. I can't believe she's alive. Anyway. I'm sorry, kitty. Did I disturb you by talking during my stream? Anyone? Oh, the janitor is in his room. I guess I'll go this way and then head out the side door here. The protagonist's life never ends. There is. Of course. I thought he'd say something about what Frida was talking about, but guess not. Trying to talk to Paula, thank you. You gonna give him a brass neck, Becky? Why am I walking? I'm sure Reed actually appreciates that. Is Male Student up here? He's not. Why am I walking? Wow. That's a fucked up thing to do. I don't know. This random guy just reminded me of Crow for no reason. Oh god. Say it, Ferris. Say hell. Okay, I have to do both. Oh god. A completely reasonable statement from Dorothy. Oh, interesting. Only Annabelle has the Aeolus gem. Fascinating. Fascinating. Fine.
Oh.
Hey there, Rain.
Looks like someone's done with class for the day.
Yep, just got out. Wait, is that?
Yep, Angie's brand new bike.
We started building it for you, but then we had a change of heart. I just couldn't tear you away from your current ride after you'd grown so attached.
Now I feel bad, considering I pretty much did just that to you. Your
gave
new
it
one's
to
got a
you.
pretty cool design, though.
Don't get too jealous.
acting that way.
Specs are pretty much the same as yours. Well, before Angie tunes it up and adds her custom gear for distance riding, that is.
But distance riding would mean... You're planning on going off on some big journey, aren't you?
10 points to Rain. I just felt like it was time for me to go out and see the world for myself. My martial arts teacher did the same thing once, so I'm sure it'll be a valuable experience for me. The plan for now is to travel through the entirety of Zemuria.
That's not a very specific plan, and a pretty sizable journey.
She's got the
You
wanderlust.
can say that again. I have no idea where she finds the energy.
Oh, really now? Your plan to visit the continent's most famous engineering factories is pretty much exactly the same thing.
You really think so?
I take it you'll be leaving Erebonia for a while too, George?
Seems that way. First stop's Liberl and ZCF. Always wanted to see it. After that, I got my heart set on a trip to the Epstein Foundation over in Lamont State. While I'm at it, I think it'd be nice to pay a visit to the Verne Company in Calvert, too.
Will you even be able to get into Calvert at this point?
Hey, I didn't say it'd be easy, but I think I can pull some strings. The real reason for this trip is to figure out what I can do as an engineer to help smooth over our international relations. Meeting the continent's finest engineers and discussing things with them should really help get the ball rolling on that.
You've thought that far ahead. That's really admirable. I hope you can find a way to make that happen, even though I feel kind of hypocritical saying that, as someone who participated in the war.
Don't beat yourself up over it, Reen.
You have nothing to be ashamed of. That was your only option, given the way the Chancellor set things up. Your actions actually helped us avoid an even longer, more brutal war.
But...
Angie's right. You played a role that no one else could have. Just think. If things kept going the way they were going, we could have been at war with all of Crosspell. I don't even want to imagine the number of lives that would have been lost if you hadn't stepped in the way you did.
Of course, us telling you whether or not you should feel guilty doesn't matter. It all comes down to you facing your own feelings over what you did. But there's one thing we'd like you to remember as you do. You're not alone, Rain. You've got friends who understand why you did what you did.
Sometimes, I wonder how I was lucky enough to get such good ones. Thanks, you guys. This really helps.
Don't mention it. On a completely different note, why don't you pay Valimar a visit while you're here? We spared no expense making sure he'd be nice and cozy in there.
I think I will. But not to discredit your coziness efforts or anything, but he seems fine no matter where I leave him.
Well, aren't you a sweet chevalier? Maybe I'll check in on him in a bit too.
Oh, no, I don't do that here.
Hey, Valimar. How you holding up?
Yo.
Relatively comfortably. My ability to self-repair means that maintenance is not mandatory, but I expect it will increase my operating efficiency.
Glad to hear it. This is going to be our new home base for the time being, so you can get in as much maintenance as you need. I'm gonna need you a lot in the days ahead, Valimar.
I will strive to meet your expectations.
Something wrong?
Not as such. I thought I sensed something unusual, but it must have been my imagination.
You really are getting to be scarily human these days, you know?
Do you have an imagination?
What was it you sensed, though? A person?
I am unsure. It may have simply been a fluctuation in the earth veins below us. Similar fluctuations are hardly abnormal.
Well, if you don't think it's anything worth worrying about, I'll try and put it out of my mind. If you sense anything strange in the future, though, let me know, okay? You can tell me... telepathically was the word, right?
Indeed. I shall use it to inform you should I sense anything is amiss.
Wait, you can communicate telepathically? You've been able to do it the whole time? Alright, now I can go. I'll just ask her to go from the top. She asleep? Yep. Snooze and Toa.
Yep, I knew it. No wonder she fell asleep. She must have been really busy getting everything sorted out for the spring. Makes me remember finding her like this over in the computer room. Oh, right. I probably shouldn't look too much or she'll get mad when she wakes up.
Angie, George, Crow. Rain? What are you doing in my room? Wait, this is the student council room. I must have fallen asleep.
Sorry for coming in without permission. I did knock, though.
Don't worry about it. It's my fault for dozing off like this. Why do you always have to keep finding me like that? I hope you weren't looking at me while I was sleeping again.
I did try to look as little as possible.
Well, if you say so. Is something the matter? You're not looking too well.
No, I'm fine. Maybe the light streaming in through the window is making me look off color? I feel fine, really.
Come with me.
What's this all about?
I know that you're a boy and all, and I do think that you've grown a lot during your year here. No, I probably shouldn't even call you a boy anymore. You're a grown man now.
Say about Into the Spider-Verse. I'm a man.
But that doesn't mean you always have to stand and endure everything life throws your way. Okay? If it gets too much, it's alright to sit down and let it all out. Whether you're a boy or a grown man doesn't change that. It's okay, Reen.
It's okay to express your feelings.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I promised I'd bring him back. I promised I'd make him graduate with you, but I couldn't do it.
It's okay. You did everything you could. You made sure he knew how we all felt. And you let all of us know how he really felt too. So, don't get so worked up about it. Okay?
I'm sorry. I didn't want anyone to see me like that.
Well, I guess we're even then. Not like I jump for joy every time you catch me sleeping.
Have you finished getting everything ready for the next student council now, by the way?
Yep, my days of being president are almost done. The first years taking over are really smart, though. I barely had to teach a thing in the end.
Still, it must have been hard work getting through it all. You're going on a tour of various NGOs after graduation, right?
Yep. The plan's to take a year to visit NGOs in lots of different fields. Politics, economics, engineering, medicine. After that, I'm not sure what I want to do. I'll probably join either the army or something related to the government, I suppose.
Well, I'm pretty sure they'd both love to have you. There's no chance either one would say no to you. Especially since taking a year off hasn't made them any less determined to recruit you. After all you did with commanding the Courageous, it's no wonder you're so in demand.
I don't know. I don't don't think I did anything special, really. Still, I feel like it'd be best in the long run for me to see the world from a variety of different perspectives. I don't know what path I'll choose, but I want to step onto it with a firm decision on how things should be. I think that's the best thing I can do for this country's future. Maybe I'm being a little overdramatic there, though.
Not at all. After how much you've done for this academy, I can only imagine how much you could do for this country. Just try not to overwork yourself, okay? We're with you all the way, but we will always worry, you know?
Thanks. Oh, I almost forgot. What was it that made you come here? I mean, I'm happy you did, but...
Oh, I'd completely forgotten too. I just came to ask if there was anything I could do to help tomorrow, seeing as it's another free day.
But you've only just come back. And besides, tomorrow's your...
That's all the more reason I want to spend tomorrow's free day the same way I spent all of the others. It wouldn't feel like our final free day is Class 7 if it were any different.
Well, if you say so. Okay. I do have a few things in mind, so I'll just drop them into your mailbox in the dorm like I always do. And thanks for offering.
We're gonna fucking flash back to the goddamn anime moment again? Please don't. No, Laura, why? Exactly. I can't believe this is still coming up. Boop. Do we not have our super maid anymore?
That won't be necessary.
Oh, alright, there she is.
Huh?
Sharon?
What reason could you possibly have for being here?
The chairman gave me her permission to return to my former position, as your dormitory's caretaker.
For like a week or however much longer
Which
you have.
means I am here to serve you all once more. There may only be a short time left until the end of the year, but I'll make sure you want for nothing during it. I've already started preparing your evening meal, so there's no need to go out and buy anything.
Oh, well, how about that?
I'm fine with this.
We will gladly accept your offer.
Sharon's cooking's better than whatever grub we could rustle up together anyway.
How do you manage to get permission from Mother in the first place, though? Weren't you helping to rebuild the Rhineford group? I thought the company was getting so many orders in, it was struggling to keep up.
Now that Master Gwyn has returned to the company, everything is back in order. He and the chairman have been speeding through one task after another since he got back.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So the former and current chairman make quite a team, I see.
Boy, I'm starving.
Wouldn't mind a drink either. With the weather getting warmer, it's just about time for peak beer season. Huh? What are you guys all gathered out here for?
Oh, why are you here? It's a pleasure to see you too, Lady Sarah. I brought a bountiful supply of smoked oysters and sardines if you'd like a snack to accompany your beer. Would you like them alongside your dinner?
Damn it.
Oh, and one.
Yes.
I'm surprised she can just walk around in public like this. You know, considering her affiliation.
Guessing there's some sort of agreement in place between Rhineford and the government to leave her alone. Though, even if there weren't, I can't imagine anything would be able to stop Sharon from doing what she wants. Whew, I think I might have eaten too much. It's been so long since we last had Sharon's cooking. She hasn't lost her touch. None of it feels heavy on my stomach at all. Well, that's all my work done for the day. Maybe I should go see how everyone else is doing.
First order of business. That's the dragon skeleton we fought under Heimdall. Huh. So that's one we haven't seen. So there was another great night. That was... Doesn't say quite what happened to it.
Here's Crow's room. I think I'll stay away from it for now. I feel more like going around and talking to everyone. Hey, Elliot. Taking care of your violin?
Yeah, it's taken care of me over the past year, so why not return the favor? I'm actually planning on giving a few of them to the Academy before I go. Just to make sure next year's first years have something to practice with.
That's really generous, and sure to make a lot of people happy.
You have plenty to spare.
And you'll finally be heading off to a music academy, just like you always wanted. I bet they'll push you pretty hard over there, too.
I don't doubt it. I'm going to need to be all music all the time if I want to stand a chance at keeping up. Though, to be honest, after all the time I've spent here, I don't really want my life to be completely about music. I love it, obviously, but to be a balanced person, I want to have a bit more variety in my life, like I had here at the Academy. For one thing, I don't want to get too rusty with my orbital staff.
Good to hear. I hope everything works out for you.
Thanks. Me too. No, it's nothing. Either way, Heimdall and Trista are really close, so don't be a stranger, okay? I know you're gonna have tons of work to get through between your classes and your missions, but...
Don't worry, I'll make time. I'm sure we'll have plenty of chances to see each other. There's still a ton of Heimdall I haven't seen, too. You'll have to show me around next time I make it over there.
You bet.
See, my big takeaways from those were there was another great night, and it's not clear what happened to it. It was beaten, but like, was it destroyed, obliterated? Who knows? They have the ability to self-repair, so like, is it still out there? And also the stuff about bringing this to godhood and all that makes me think about like the red gnosis from Crossbell. I don't know if there's anything to that. That's where my mind goes.
Hey, Machias. Working hard or hard?
Please don't even finish that.
I'll stop you right there.
Thank you, Machias.
Of course I'm hard at work. Just look at the size of this book. If I can't internalize as much of it as possible while I'm here, I'm doomed to failure from the start.
And this is one of your new textbooks? Man, Heimdall's political academies don't mess around, do they? You'll be the youngest person there, right?
Most likely. I'd normally need to have graduated from Thor's with a bit more experience under my belt to have gotten in. There are a few Thor's grads there already, though. They take some every year. And as you might imagine, the recent political upheaval has the place swarming with applicants this year. The entrance exam was hard enough on its own, but that's just the tip of the iceberg.
It also meant out of its way to draw attention to that Roland guy, and I don't know if he's important.
Can't say I envy you.
I don't know if I should remember that name from something else that I've encountered already or what.
Still, I know you're going to be just fine.
Or if it'll be important
You're so
later.
smart that you can handle any subject they throw at you. Growing up with your dad should give you a leg up on the politics, too.
Yeah, no pressure there. Honestly, there are times when I think diving into things head first like this is a giant mistake.
What's wrong?
They're not graduating. They're
it's
just
nothing. It's just
leaving.
I know we're probably going to both be really busy with our own lives come spring, but let's make time to have lunch together once in a while or something, okay? Studying is all well and good, but even I need a change of pace every now and again.
I think that can be arranged.
Like Elliot transferring to a music
The train from here to Heimdall only takes a half hour. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't hang out sometimes.
Then it's a date.
Most of them are just outright quitting. Like, we're about to talk to Eustace, and I'm pretty sure he's just like going to go back and help out at the Alvarea household.
Something on your mind, Eustace?
For the first time in a long time, no. I'm just taking a short break. Looking over an endless sea of documents can be rather tiring on the eyes.
Oh, are those the tax reports you mentioned?
Ordinarily, this would be my father's work, but His Majesty has yet to decide his fate. Rufus hasn't so much as glanced in Berea Hard's direction since he took his new job in Crossbell either. As such, the task falls to me.
Man, I knew everyone in our class had it pretty rough right now. You've got it roughest, no contest.
If my ego had its way, I would boast that filling in for my father is a simple and mundane task. But on top of the paperwork, I'll need to manage the provincial army and oversee the province as a whole. Then there's the matter of keeping the most stubborn of the nobility in check. I don't expect the first 6 months to be pleasant.
The fact that you're already thinking 6 months ahead is pretty impressive as it is. Standing in for Duke Alvarea like that must take some real confidence. I know you'll manage, though.
That much is obvious.
What is it?
It's nothing. In the days to come, more people will be relying on you than ever before. But no matter who does so or what they ask, do not lose your pride as a noble. Act independently, your head held high. Maintain your pride and your autonomy, and I'm sure you'll be fine.
Thanks. I promise I will.
I'll hold you to that.
Thanks, buddy.
Are you finishing up your painting, guys?
Yeah, this is my last one. I want to make sure I'm completely satisfied with it before declaring it finished.
That's understandable. You're going to keep painting once you're back at home, though, right?
Well, I don't know how much time I'll have to set aside for it, but I intend to keep working on it, bit by bit. There's growing reason for concern in Calvert to the east of the Highlands. But all in all, things are more peaceful now than they were. I should be able to focus on painting my magnum opus.
Oh, is it going to be of Nord? If anyone can make a masterpiece of the Highlands, it'd be you.
That wouldn't be such a bad idea. But actually, I was intending to paint a picture of the Academy, its students, and the courageous.
You mean...
Now you're getting it. I want to capture the day we liberated the Academy. And once I've finished it, I fully intend to return to Erebonia with it in hand. What better way to forever memorialize this place as my second homeland?
Man, you really are amazing. Well, if you ever need reference materials, you know who to call. I can get pictures of anything you might need and send them over. I know you're talented, but that's a lot to paint off of just your memory.
I'd appreciate that.
Something on your mind, instructor?
You could say that. I've been mulling over how things are gonna be come next month, but all this soul searching's giving me a headache.
Well, it'll probably feel strange being back with the guild for the first time in 2 years, but I'd bet they'll be glad to have you back. Things are probably going to be rough over there, even with you taking up the bracer life again.
No doubts there. I can already see plenty of traveling abroad in my future after what happened over in Crossbow. And I imagine it'll keep getting harder and harder for us bracers to operate here, too. What's with that sad puppy look? There's no reason for you to feel ashamed of what you've chosen to do. I'm proud to have a student like you who can stand up and make the tough choices life thrusts on us.
Thanks, instructor. I'll try to just grin and bear it for now.
Attaboy. Sticking it out through the hard times with a smile will put you on the fast track to becoming a great man. Just make sure you don't try to shoulder too much. All that'll do is turn you into a jaded grump. Everything in moderation, okay?
Thanks. I haven't joined the intelligence division, and I have no plans to. I'm gonna keep responding to their requests, but only if I'm comfortable doing what they're asking. And I can promise you, I'll never do anything that would put me in conflict with the guild or put innocents' lives at risk. I don't know what the future will bring for me, but that's the creed I want to stand by.
I know. Don't worry. No matter what happens, you'll always be my student. So go out there, live your life, and grow into such a heartthrob that I won't be able to take my eyes off you.
Well, I'll try. What's up, Milliam?
Oh, hey, Reen. It's nothing. I just feel kinda down.
Down?
Yeah. I was just thinking about how everyone was at dinner time. Sharon's food was really nice, and we all seemed like we were having a good time. But I don't know. It was weird, like we were all upset but didn't want to let it show. It's been bugging me.
Oh, so that's why. You really have grown so much these past few months. And not just mentally. I think you've gotten a little taller, too.
Maybe. About 2 rage or so? Judging by my specs, I'm not gonna get much taller than this, though. I'm Mini Milliam forever and ever. But you never know.
Specs?
Maybe I'll grow up to have boobies so big, I can use them as a shelf like Emma's. Something wrong?
Nah, not really. So, you've got a new mission starting next month, right?
Yep, I've gotta go see how things are over out west. Duke Cayenne's been arrested, but it sounds like things are still pretty nuts over there. Oh, but guess what? I might get to go out to Laburel and Rimaferia soon.
What is it with you and blabbing classified information?
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to tell anyone that.
Whatever. Just promise me you'll take care of yourself. Be sure to keep in touch. I'll always be right there when you need me, okay?
Righto, I promise. That goes double for you, mister. If you need me to bust you out of a jam, just say the word.
Can we circle back to when he said you have specs? That's weird, right?
Are those seeds you got there?
Yep, Adel gave them to me. They all came from the plants we grew in the gardening club. I'm just looking at what kinds there are here.
Really? That's really nice of her. It's kind of like you can take everything you've achieved over the past year with you.
Yeah. I wasn't even going to join a club until Adel found me relaxing and invited me. But I guess it wasn't so bad.
Don't do it.
Don't you worry. I'll be sure to check on the gardening club every once in a while just to see how things are going. It would be a shame if all the plants you've spent so long looking after were to wither and die.
It doesn't matter. Even if they do, they'll eventually bloom again somewhere else. Kind of like us.
When you put it that way, I suppose you're right. What's wrong?
Nothing. This one and
this one should be okay too.
What are these for?
They're the easiest ones to look after. You can try raising them if you want. Don't worry if they wilt or anything, though. When I've found the others from Zephyr, I'll come back and check if they're still blooming. If they are, you get a pat on the head.
Hey, I thought the head rubbing was my job, but I'll give it my best shot. Feeling sad about leaving the lacrosse club behind?
Yeah, I was really into it by the end. I think it'll make for some wonderful memories to look back fondly on in the years to come.
I can imagine. Does that mean you're not going to keep up with lacrosse and Ruhr?
I don't think I'll be able to. As far as I'm aware, there aren't any local teams I could join. And even if there were, I doubt I'd have the time for sports. Just thinking about how busy I'll be makes my head spin. No, scratch that. Being busy is all the more reason I need to make time for exercise.
Yeah, good luck with that. Helping out with the Rhineford group sounds like a recipe for one all-nighter after another.
Not just yet, actually. I won't be helping until Grandfather shows me the ropes. As I am now, I doubt I'll be able to do much at all in the way of rebuilding the company. But you can bet I'll leave Mother speechless with how much progress I've made in a year's time.
I'm sure you can if you put your mind to it. And I know Sharon will always be willing to help you out if you need her.
She probably would, but then she'd just tell everything she did to Mother.
Elisa?
Oh, don't worry about it. I was just thinking about how blessed I am. I've got a wonderful family, a great club I'm part of, all of you as my classmates.
Oh, right. It took me a long time to realize the same thing, too.
A
We
really long
are one
time.
and the same.
Yeah.
Elisa?
It's nothing, honestly. I'm just feeling a bit emotional all of a sudden. I don't know what's gotten into me. Nothing's wrong, though. I promise.
But...
Still, let's both make the most of our free day tomorrow. It's the last one we'll ever have as a class. The last thing any of us want to do is end it with regrets.
Yeah, agreed. Let's make it a day to remember for both of us. What are you looking at, Laura?
It's you, Rean. I'll show you.
Oh, you and Monica got a picture taken together? You both look so happy in it, too.
That we do. Someone in the photography club kindly offered to take it for us. I thought it would make a fine souvenir of my time at the academy to take away with me.
My mirror's on that being Rex. Oh well, it's a nice photo, and he got permission. For once. I never expected you and Monica would get so close. Between her and Fee, you kind of have a knack for becoming the best of friends with the ones you bump heads with first.
Please don't say that. I'm truly grateful to both of them for broadening my horizons. Meeting them enriched my life in ways I could have never pictured before. Truly, coming to this academy was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
I didn't realize we'd made such a big impact on you.
Well, you did. And don't mind me, I'm just feeling a little emotional. This isn't like me at all now, is it? There's no harm in a few tears, I suppose. This will be my last time I can relax before my training, after all.
Yeah, you're not gonna get much rest in with the training you've got lined up.
I won't be learning the Arcade School's advanced techniques with training any less intense. I have no idea where we'll be conducting said training, but it will no doubt be as perilous as it will be dangerous.
I had to spend a month in the Isengard range as part of mine. I don't think a month's going to cut it with what you're doing, though. It goes way beyond your average techniques.
Indeed. I'm anticipating that it will take at least half a year, if not more. Father's going to be with me. But with things as difficult as they are, part of me feels guilty for taking up his time.
I don't know about that. I think him agreeing to train with you shows how much faith he has in your potential. Besides, in a lot of ways, this might be the best time to do it.
That is very true.
What's wrong?
Nothing at all. Regardless, I'd love to come and visit you should the opportunity present itself. And if it does, I'd like to formally request a duel with you to test how much the two of us have grown.
Let's not kid ourselves. We both know who's going to win that duel.
I've seen how we win pretty much every boss fight in
But
this
your
game.
invitation is all the motivation I need to get plenty of training in myself. Can't have you beating me too badly.
I hope you will.
Emma? What are you doing?
Oh, hi there, Reen. Well, Dorothy and I decided that we're gonna put together one final collection of stories as a club. Since then, I've been working on a story for the students who will join the club next year.
Oh, that sounds neat. Wait, if Dorothy's involved...
The content is totally appropriate for children of all ages, I assure you. Admittedly, Dorothy's own story sounds like it'll have a few of her favorite literary elements, but all in moderation, she assured.
Not that I'm one to judge. So what kind of story is it?
It's supposed to be a fairy tale. I can't pretend it's 100% original, though. I borrowed some elements from a story I heard as a child. It's going to star a golden unicorn and a pure-hearted maiden. Or at least, that's the plan.
Sounds interesting. Can I give it a read when you're done? I'll still be here next year, so if I see any first years who seem like they'd enjoy it, I'll recommend it to them.
I have to confess, I'm a little embarrassed to let anyone see it, but the whole point of a story is to be read. I was talking it over with Celine, and she seems to agree that there's no real need to worry about Vita's safety. Even for a witch, she was always incredibly powerful, more than capable of looking after herself. So, if I were to stay here an extra year, then start searching for her after that...
Emma, we talked about this, right? As much as I'd like you to stick around, I think it's better to take care of the opportunities that won't wait. You only get one life to live. You have to make the most of it, instead of feeling obliged to hold back for someone else's sake. That's as true for me and all our other classmates as it is for you.
I suppose you're right. It's clear that something's still happening beneath the surface here in Erebonia. Something not even Vita had foreseen. And I'd bet anything it involves the Divine Knights and the mysteries surrounding them. I want to discover the truth behind those mysteries, and I want to see Vita again. That's how I feel deep down. And that's what I think should be my purpose going forward. But that's not the most important reason I need to head out on that journey. The most important thing to me in the world is still you, Reen. And I want to uncover the truth of the Divine Knights for your sake, just as much as for myself. After all, the legends surrounding them have been at the heart of so much of the trouble we've had to endure. That's why I'll get to the bottom of this and come back with the answers you deserve. Until then, stay safe and be well.
Thanks. I will. And the same goes for you. I'll be looking forward to the next time I see your smile.
Likewise.
I think Emma was a good choice for a final bonding event. Celine?
Oh, there you are. You look bored, Celine.
I guess I am. My work's done at this point.
Just like a cat.
I feel like I aged a few decades as soon as the war came to an end.
Nothing to do but sleep.
Come on now.
My cat is sleeping on the floor.
Feels a bit strange to be saying it after the fact, but
few feet
you
away
fought
from
pretty
me.
well over in Crossbell. You've really mastered piloting Valimar.
I'd like to think so anyway. I feel like I could pull off just about anything with him now. And to think, I couldn't do half as much with him when I was first starting out.
You do realize you just admitted you were totally useless, right?
I mean, he was, though.
I wonder if you're gonna be okay without us, you know?
Valimar must have drawn the short straw to end up with a budding awakener like you.
Thanks for worrying about me all the time, Celine.
Excuse me, what makes you think I was worried about you?
Just about everything. From what I can tell, you've always worried about me. Back in the beginning, when I didn't know anything about piloting, you were always there to guide me through our battles. I doubt I would have ever come this far if you didn't have my back. So, thank you. For all of it.
Why do you always have to be like this? I feel for Emma, I really do.
I was just trying to thank you, you know. I didn't have any ulterior motives for doing it.
And don't make it sound like you do. I swear, if you ever hurt her, I'll never forgive you. There are parts of the legends passed down in the clan that not even Emma and I know about. But just bear this one thing in mind. Divine Knights have incredible power, and they can become devils just as easily as they can become gods.
Don't worry,
Yeah,
I know.
I read about that.
And I won't forget. Anyone in my position needs to know the difference between right and wrong. I'm well aware of that.
That's fine then. Anyway, good luck, I guess. If you really need it, I can always come and help out.
And finally, Sharon.
Oh, good evening, Master Rean. I thought you had already retired for the evening. How would you like for me to put together some supper?
I appreciate the offer, but I think I've eaten more than I should have as it is. Your cooking really is delicious, Sharon. I was starting to miss it after not having it for so long.
It was my pleasure to cook for all of you again, so I pulled out all the stops with this one. Seeing all of you happily indulging my handiwork always makes every second of preparation worth it. Is something the matter, Master Rean?
Oh, I was just thinking about how you haven't changed a bit. I'm not sure it's my place to ask, but is everything all right over at Ouroboros?
What a weird question. Hey, how's your secret society that gets up to all kinds of nefarious shit doing?
I can't help but wonder after how things turned out. Vita seems really shocked.
I'm afraid I haven't a clue. No word of what's been happening in the society has reached my ears since then. I have no idea where the second Anguis is now. Nor do I know what happened regarding the Phantasmal Blaze plan after the Chancellor declared he was taking it over. And quite frankly, none of it is my concern. The answers won't change who I am, and it won't suddenly cause me to shift priorities. I am and always will be a proud maid of the Reinford family. Not because of the freedom we enforcers are granted, but because that is simply who I am. Much like how you being the Ashen Chevalier doesn't change how you are also a proud member of Class 7.
I suppose you're right.
And no matter what happens to you in the future, never lose sight of who you really are. It's almost time for me to return to Ruhr. But should you ever need me again, I will gladly rush to your side.
Thank you, Sharon. I'm glad you can stay here for a while longer.
All right. Well, it won't be Abend time. Or it might be with a different host, I don't remember.
In finance, the annexation of Crossbell has seen shares in Erebonian companies increase at an exponential rate across the board. And despite the Reinford Group announcing sweeping changes to its board members, its strong forecast for the next fiscal year is...
It's time for the start of a brand new program here on Radio Trista, coming at you promptly every Sunday. I call it Abend time, after the word for evening. Might be a little cliched, but sometimes simple is best, right? Clichés are clichés for a reason, after all. Anyway, my name is Misty, and I'll be your host.
This is you, isn't it, Rean? Yes, it's me. Sorry Sorry for calling you like this so late in the evening. I'm not bothering you, am I?
Why is Rean not voice acted here? The voice acted lines are really confusing sometimes.
Yes, I wasn't going to, but Her Highness insisted. It'll take some getting used to, but it's nice to be able to hear your voice even when you're so far away. I didn't have any specific reason for calling. It was just that the letter you sent about your return from Crossbell arrived today. Oh, please don't apologize. I know how busy you must be now. Believe me, I was just happy to hear you were back safe and sound. Your trip must have been exhausting. By the sound of things, you did an excellent job, too. I'm so proud of you, Rean. If you say so. No, not at all. Regardless, now that I've heard your voice, I feel a lot better. So I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your night now. Oh, there's no need for that. Good night, Rean. Sweet dreams.
Time is it? 9:30. I feel like this might be a good spot to leave off. And finish the game tomorrow. Yeah, I think that makes sense. It's a little earlier than normal, but like the other spot to leave off would be like after I do all the quests and like at the Reverie Corridor, and there just wouldn't be that much left at that point. So yeah, I think this is fine. So we will end here. And then tomorrow, we'll finish this game. Thanks for hanging out, anyone who's here. Bye.